Nancy Pelosi has once again been elected Speaker of the House. Despite having lost 11, count them 11 seats in the U.S. House of Representatives, the entrenched swamp remains, as Nancy Pelosi is once again elected to be the head of the Democratic Party in the House of Representatives. Even though she presided over the loss of 11 seats of her own House members in a year when there was a supposed blue wave, according to the national media, Nancy Pelosi, having lost these 11 seats, is nonetheless once again re-elected to be Speaker of the House, showing that the entrenchment of the swamp, showing that the old politics remains well entrenched. This is courtesy of Newsmax. Pelosi re-elected to be Speaker of the House in a year that was supposed to be a banner year for Democrats, but instead was nothing short of a disaster in the U.S. House of Representatives, yet the leader remains intact for some reason. According to Newsmax, Nancy Pelosi has been narrowly re-elected Speaker of the House of Representatives as a new Congress officially took office amid the current political uncertainty, with the Senate control undecided, as 2 members of the U.S. Senate are up for election right now in Georgia, where the Democrats have an opportunity to perhaps steal the election once again. The House has voted 216 to 209 members to reinstate Pelosi for some reason, because of her wonderful work in the past, I guess, after Democrats lost 11 seats in November. So maybe Democrats like losing seats. I don't know, but all I know is that they reelected this woman, this old politics entrenched, entitled partisan. Even though the squad supposedly hates her, they voted for 216 to 209 votes. And to command a narrow 222 to 212 current majority in the U.S. House of Representatives. Only 5 Democrats chose to support her, 2 voted for lawmakers who were not running, and 3 others simply voted present. So essentially a unanimous vote for all intents and purposes, even including the squad, even including people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who have voted for her despite her lack of ability to get anything done in the House of Representatives, her entrenchment, her sense of entitlement, her old politics, her swampness. But despite that, they have reelected this woman once again. The Newsmax goes on to continue to note the Senate remains Republican at the moment, ahead of twin elections in Georgia on Tuesday, giving its members a platform to air Donald Trump's claims that his loss was a result of fraud. And so the Republicans are up for re-election in Georgia, and the seats are in the air for these Republicans who may or may not be able to obtain a fair election in Georgia. The Republican Party, led by Ted Cruz, for an emergency 10-day audit of the election results in contested states, has drawn criticism from such people as Lindsey Graham, who has been a bit of a waffle when it comes to Republican politics. Graham has said it appears to be more of a political dodge than an effective remedy, but he says he has a high bar to clear. And so Nancy Pelosi remains in charge of the leadership of the House of Representatives, despite her inability to get anything done. The House Majority Leader, Senator Hoyer, the chamber's number 2 Democrat, also stated that he hoped Congress would turn a new page on the partisan division. With Nancy Pelosi in charge, fat luck of that chance, and a smaller Democratic majority and still raging coronavirus pandemic made re-election a trickier job for Pelosi, even though she was able to clear it without much burn at all. So I don't know what is possible or what's going on in the Democratic sense, but all we know for sure is that Nancy Pelosi remains in control of the U.S. House of Representatives despite her dismal performance and her inability to get her own caucus members reelected to the tune of losing 11 seats. I hope you've enjoyed this short. If you have so, please subscribe for more content like this. Until later, my friends, cheers and goodbye.